Hey everybody, I'm Nick Gismondi for Narch.com. Let's take a look back and see what happened this weekend in the Narch Regional Weekend Report. The 2011 regional season kicked off this weekend with 30 teams battling it out at the skate zone in Lake Worth, Florida. The energy could be felt at the facility throughout the tournament as every team competing shared that common goal of qualifying for the 2011 Narch Finals. Here's a quick rundown on how the divisions and weekend played out. We had two 8-and-under teams compete in an Atom exhibition to get qualified for the finals. As is often the case in the 8-and-under division, the Boneheads were a one-boy wrecking crew, with a supporting cast, of course. William Lacher scored 8 goals in this game to lead the Boneheads to an 8-5 victory. The Scorpions were led by Riley Nichols, who scored a hat trick and added a helper for the Scorpions. As is often the case, the little guys and girls were a blast to watch and brought smiles to all the spectators, whether you had a child in participation or not. Everyone left with a medal and a smile and can't wait to compete at Germain in July. 4 teams competed in the Mite division: the Mission Boneheads, Team Skate Zone, Tour Scorpions 01, and the Tour Scorpions 02, team playing up a division. Team Skate Zone was skating with a thin roster, but are a very talented group. They fell short to the Boneheads in the round robin, however. It was a fast pace in the first half of the final, and the Scorpions would lead going into the half 2-1. However, in the second half, it was all Boneheads, with Carson Mango, Will Lacher, and Zachary List receiving 2 points each, securing the victory 5-2. The Squirt division only had 4 teams competing, but it didn't lack competition. In the Squirt Championship, the Junior Lightning did not take the Mafia 99s lightly, and it was a very entertaining finale. Both goalies played incredible as the teams exchanged scoring chances. It was 2-1 Lightning for most of the game until they got 2 late goals when the Mafia really pressed. Josh Rosenwig had an absolute snipe to put the Lightning on the board to start the game, and he finished it in the same fashion, with a goal alone in the slot with just a few seconds remaining on the clock. Lightning are your Squirt champions by a final of 4-1. In the Pee Wee Gold Championship, the Mission Mafia 96 Black would square off against the Mission Mafia 96 Red. Both teams were the only teams to go undefeated in the preliminary games. In the end, Mafia Black would prevail by a final of 3-2. In the silver semifinals, the Boneheads 96 would face off against Mafia 97 Black, and the Tour Scorpions Black would square off against Mafia 97 Red. This would be a rematch from the preliminary round with some unfinished business to settle, as they tied previously 5-5. This game would also be evenly played. The Boneheads would get on the board first, but the Scorpions would answer. Just like the first matchup, we would end regulation in a tie. Since it's a championship, it had to be decided in overtime. Not long into OT, Anthony Loretti would find the back of the net and the Boneheads would walk away with the gold. In the Bantam division, this 6-team setup was filled with talent. The gold championship would come down to 2 undefeated teams, Mafia 95 and the Lumpy Muffins. It was an evenly matched game, but Mafia jumped in front first and always seemed to have an answer just when it looked like the Muffins were going to take over. For the last 2 minutes of the game, the rink was tilted, but the Mafia would bend but not break. Not only did they hold the lead, Thomas Yamashita added an empty netter, one of his 2 goals in the contest, for the 5-3 victory. The Silver Division Championship was a rematch between the Hammerheads and Mafia 94. It's worth noting also that Chris Eversole was a beast in the championship, scoring a natural hat trick in the first half of the championship. The Hammerheads never looked back and defeated the Mafia by a final of 5-3. The combination divisions of midgets and men's had 4 teams competing. After the round robin, it was clear that the Smurfs were the team to beat, going 3-0. In the championship, Drake Fallon had a hat trick, and Philip Diorio pitched the shutout in net. That's a wrap for Regional Number 1 from Florida. We hope everyone that participated had a great time. Next weekend, we're off to San Jose for Regional Qualifier Number 2 at the Silver Creek Sportsplex.